Last night, somebody posted a YouTube link, and it's not a video, even though I got a video inside my head for this little thing. In like 1990 or so, I wrote a song. Well, I wrote the lyrics and the melodies for a song called Disposable Child with a band called Grimlock. I had a deep conviction all the way back then. Since then, I have been part of 2 different marriages that resulted in 4 different kids. Both of those marriages ended in a divorce, and I got custody of 2 girls, and then later on in life, a girl and a boy. They all turned out amazing. Almost every pregnancy was terrifying because we just weren't financially, it was, I don't want to say it was irresponsible, but it was, for the most part, irresponsible for us to be having a child at that point in time. Every time, handfuls of people suggested, maybe you ought to consider giving this one up. And they meant abortion. I'm just not there. I'm not that guy. As a matter of fact, my mom was on a form of birth control that they realized was killing women, because even though they said the research was done, the research did not evaluate what was going to happen within 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Just like every other drug they pump through your veins. They don't do the research. Don't act like they do it. Just don't act like it. They'll give you excuses, but it's not there. So, Mom gets off this birth control. Guess what happened? Now, come to find out later, my mom went into labor irrationally, way early. Now, it wasn't hard labor, but it was considered labor. She stayed that way for 6 weeks as she laid in bed motionless. They said if you sneeze too hard, you're going to miscarry or self-abort, however you want to phrase it. Then she started hemorrhaging so bad, they said, if you don't have him by the end of the day, we're going to take him. 4 different doctors said abort him. Mom would not do it. Keep in mind, I had a brother at that point in time that was 10 years old, a sister that was 12, and another brother that was 14. There was a lot of things to consider, and both Mom and Dad stayed strong to their faith and their convictions. So, they said, we're going to take him. And Mom put her hand on her belly. She said, well, little feller, looks like I'm going to lose you. And 45 minutes later, I was born. What they found out later in hindsight research was, due to this birth control, this medicine, this chemical that they were pumping through her body, I actually had a twin. He died. And my mom's body considered me an alien and was trying to miscarry me as well. Her body never shifted out of that element. But her soul, her mind, and her heart held on to me. And I'm on this planet Earth because of her beautiful soul and conviction. But my father, my brothers and sisters, the neighborhood that took care of us in Logan, Indiana, yeah, that's why I'm here. So around 19, 20 years old, I get in this heavy metal band, and there's reasons why I got to be such a loudmouth and had convictions, and it had to do with a lot of other tragedies in my life. Not anything having to do with my family. It was just life. And part of these 10 songs that I wrote with a band called Grimlock, one of them was called Disposable Child. Someone posted it last night, and I'm starting to, with a lack of better terms, there's some prophetic nature within it. I'm not going hard in the paint on prophecy or anything like that, but things that I knew were important that stayed important. I want to talk about the lyrics. The lyrics to Disposable Child. Check this out. Endless universe of hate. Things that we create. You will die for our sins before your life begins. I know it's crazy but true, but few tears will fall for you. You can't fight their wits. Deadly abortion tricks. You scream, you dream, but no one hears you. You cry, you die, but no tears for you. They kill at their will. Your life is torn. No fights, no rights for the unborn. Disposable child. Disposable child. Disposable child. Disposable child. No gravestone for you. You cannot walk in your father's shoes. No one to pray for you. Just a wastebasket hell for you. To them you're not alive, so they won't compromise. To you, they're just a bother. To them, you're just a bother. To you, they're mother and father. You dream, you scream, but no one hears you. You cry, you die, but no tears for you. They kill at their will. Your life is torn. No fights, no rights for the unborn. Disposable child. Disposable child. Disposable child. Disposable child. Right around the time that song was written, someone very close to me actually asked me for money to abort their child. They said, "You're our last hope." Because I had some money pulled back because I was a burn victim and I had some insurance money. I was a bad burn victim. And I had some money from a lawsuit settlement. I easily could have. Bink! I said, no. I said, actually, this is long before I ever got married. I was like, I'll raise her. If it's that big of a problem, I'll raise her. But the mom and dad were like, damn, son. They went ahead and had the baby. I'm friends with that girl now. She was actually told the story. And she digs me quite a bit. Through the years, I have probably on 3 or 4 occasions have been told the story about how someone was on their way to an abortion, and luckily, by the grace of God, the person driving them there popped this cassette or CD, and they pulled into the clinic, and the mother said, let's go home. And they had their babies. And it's the best thing that ever happened in their lives. I get you all got to do what you got to do. And I'll forgive you for it. That's the thing. I'll yap. But I'm going to let you be you. And I'll forgive you for who you got to be. I won't condemn you. I'll condemn you on your characteristics throughout who you are. I don't predict who you're going to be, who you are. And several points makes a straight line. It's obvious where you're going. But every now and then you take an erratic curve. All right, I'll have my opinion on what you should probably do. I'll give my advice. And if you don't take it, doesn't mean I'm going to hate you. Sometimes it means I probably ought to love you a little more. So think about that when we get in these type of arguments. 4 different people wanted to abort me. And because I'm here, so are a couple others. That makes me incredibly happy. That makes me incredibly blessed. And if I have any gift, it's probably going to be real darn close to being that one. Hope this meant something. And the name of the band was Grimlock. Look it up on YouTube. And the song is called Disposable Child.